Good afternoon, students. How your preparation is going on? So I think you saw the first video, that is for class 10 standard, light, reflection and refraction. Right? This is the second part of going to that class 10 standard. So yesterday I taught up to the part 1. Now the second part, rules for making ray diagram by convex mirror. So you see here, a ray of light parallel. A ray of light is parallel to the principal axis. This is a ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis. This is the principal axis of a convex mirror. This is, it looks like a to move as a focus, right? It looks like a move as a focus, but it will, this is will not go, but appears to a diverge. Appears to a diverge. It will go like, look like a straight, but it will not go, but it will go bend towards inside to the focus, diverge from the focus point. It bend towards focus point, and this is the focus point. It will passes. This is the first point of the ray of light parallel to the principal axis, which is parallel to the principal axis, and in the convex mirror it bends towards the focus. It bends towards the focus. Keep it in the mind. A ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis and it bends towards the focus. It will not go the straight of that in a convex mirror. Keep it in the mind. Now the second point, a ray is directed towards the focus. A ray is directed towards the focus, which is passes towards the focus. So it will not go, but it bends towards the focus as the convex mirror. It diverges to the converse mirror. In the convex mirror, it will turn of that which is parallel to the principal axis. See, this is the image. This is a ray will passes on the glass, that is for convex mirror, and it turns towards back again to the parallel axis of the principal axis. Again it is parallel to the principal axis, but the direction will shows the direction of the ray. The ray shows it will go to a focus, but it bends towards on the convex mirror, and which is parallel to the principal axis. Understood my point? So the third point, so here they given, so the third one, a ray is directed towards the center of curvature. How it will look? The ray which is to move as a direction of which is given of that, it takes as a U-turn, and it will not taken, but it is passing through the center of curvature. Center of curvature. This is center of curvature. Reflect back. If reflect back again, but it will not go to the center of curvature. U-turn it will take there only on the same path. Then the ray on the same path, it will passes to the same U-turn it will take on the, again it will pass to the same path. This is the direction of the curvature. It shows as a center of curvature, but it will not go on to the center of curvature, but it will take U-turn on the same path. How the ray came on the same path, it will go to the same way. Understood? Now the fourth one, a ray incident to the pole. A ray is incident to the pole, and with the same angle, that is it is taking to that angle I, that is angle I is equal to angle R. The ray will comes here, that is angle I, and towards back again it makes as a angle. That angle make is to the principal axis, both are equal. Then we are consider as a angle I is equal to angle R, that is angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Understood the fourth point? Next I am going to that ray diagrams of images formed by the convex mirror. We have shown in that before. Which one we have shown? That is for convex mirror only. Here also ray diagram, here that. First point, when object is placed at infinity. Infinity means many rays will fall. When object is placed at infinity, on the position we will think on the focus. We will think on the focus. The ray should fall on the focus. We will think here. But position will be think on focus F, and we will think the image on F. Then virtual erect. This is the virtual erect, and size a point. Where it will go? This is the point it shows. The point it will shows. One point, the all ray should fall. Understood? This is the first point. Okay. Second point, object between P and principal P and infinity. From the infinity it was taking, see, from the P, the object is coming from the principal axis on the principal, this on the F, and position between P and F. Position which we show as a P and F. And virtual erect, return bounce of that. Where it will bounce? It bounce erect onto that infinity. So it will go to somewhere in other point. Size will be a small. That size will be a small angle. It makes as a small angle. Understood? Now the third one. Now that uses of convex mirror. Where it is used? And I am going to explain. That is for uses of convex mirror. Uses of convex mirror. Used are rear view mirror in vehicles. Rear view in vehicles. Rear means backside we can see the view. Backside view we can see when the vehicle, two-wheelers or auto or bus will be there. Backside from that person will coming, the vehicles are coming. For that purpose we have to keep that mirrors. That is for convex mirror. And use it blind turns of corner. You know that in companies, ITs and all, or on the ghat section also, some places they are kept on the corner. That is for blind corners. U-turns are there, hairpin bands are there. That type on the roads. This type of roads they will keep the glass from front in the blind corners. The opposite of that, somebody is coming, and who is coming? The vehicles are coming or no? If they are free, they can move. If they are not free, if some vehicles are there, they have to make a slow the vehicles. So for that purpose they will use the blind corners. And points on the merging traffic of the facilities, vision of the both side of the traffic. There also they can use in the traffic also. Understood? In the companies, the entrance of the gate also, U-turns are there, somewhere is there. So that time also someone is coming, someone is going inside, or someone is coming outside. For that corners also they will arrange. Understood the points? Okay. Now I am going to explain the mirror formula. Mirror formula is 1 upon V plus 1 upon U is equal to 1 upon F. So here that is V is image distance. V is image distance and U is object distance and F is focal length. Keep it in the mind. V is image distance, U is object distance and F is focal length. This is the formula for the finding the mirror formula. And next one is magnifying of the spherical mirrors. Magnification of spherical mirrors. It is the ratio of the highest height of image of the height of object. What we are comparing? Height of the ratio of the height and image of the height of the object. That and all we will see here. Okay. Now M is equal to, we are taking the magnifying of the spherical mirrors. M is equal to height of height of image divided by height of object, that is h dash a divided by h. That is equation 1. And M is equal to minus V. H dash we are taken, that is minus V. Height of the virtual image distance, that is the height of the image, that is the image distance, and U is nothing but height of object. According to here you can compare height of distance image and height of object, distance of object. So both we are taken, that is h dash height of image is V, that is minus sign is, and height of object is, that is U, that is minus V by U. From equation 1 and 2, M is equal to V by U, minus V by U is equal to h dash by V. This is the formula for we are taking the magnification of spherical mirrors. Next I am going to explain that what is a refraction. What is a refraction? Refraction means the change of direction of light passing from one transparent medium to another transparent medium. Keep it in the mind. The change of direction of light from one transparent medium to another. Causes of refraction. The speed of light changes when it enters one medium to another medium. What is the causes? Refraction of causes of the speed of light changes when it enters one medium to another medium. Some examples of refraction I have taken here. So see here, the bottom of the swimming pool appears higher or close. You see, when you are standing near the water, that is pool, swimming pool, you see the floor tiles, it look like it on the top of that. It look like a top. Oh, it is near only, it will show. But it is not near. It may be 15 feet or 20 feet, like that. It will be the maximum of that distance of that. So it shows like that is nothing but refraction of that. And the lemon is placed in a glass tumbler. It appears bigger. You see, just example also, you take a glass that is for glass tumbler and keep in the water. In a water you have to keep and see in that the lemon which shows bigger lemon. It shows appears as a bigger. Understood? This is for also a refraction of that. Letters of a book appears to be a rise when seen through a glass slab. When you take a glass slab, the small letters it shows as a big one. How? Because of the refraction. Because of that refraction. Understood? Now, the refraction through the glass slab. The refraction through the glass slab. So, this is the given of that. We are taking that lateral displacement depends on lateral displacement depends. First, refractive index. Find the speed of light. Finding the speed of light. Refractive index is finding the speed of light in a ratio. Keep it in the white. Refractive index of a glass slab is we will find the speed of light in a ratio. And thickness of glass slab. We have to compare that. That is also we have to think of. That is for thickness of glass slab. Here we are taken the figure. This is the glass here. Glass. We are taking the normal ray and the incident ray. This is the normal ray. This is the incident ray, which is passing to that is for displacement of distance. Displacement or distance. What it may be the taken of the distance will be. This is the incident ray. We are taken just assume as this line, but it will bend towards inside. But it will bend towards inside here, and again it will bend outside. But you will see the distance, that is x. We have taken the distance is x. This ratio we have to find the distance, that is we have taken, that is R2. This is R1, that is R1. Refractive index, that is for refraction. This is also refraction. We have taken the angle, it shows as this straight, but it is not come, it will go in the outside. From here the ray will pass, again it will bend towards here inside, but we will think that it will go straight, right? But it will not go, but here it will come. Again from the last of the corner of that it will bend towards inside here, but it is parallel to this, which is parallel to this. Understood? Okay. Next, laws of refraction. Laws of refraction. Okay. The incident ray, the refracted ray and the normal ray to the interference of two transparent medium. There are the two transparent medium at the point of incidence. All lies on the same plane. All lies on the same plane. This is the same plane. Okay. Second one. Next one is Snell's law. What do you say? Snell's law. Ratio of sine of angle of incident or to the sine of angle of refraction is constant. Always constant. Because angle of incidence divided by angle of refraction, or angle of incidence is equal to angle of refraction, because it is given in a constant for a light of a given color and for a given pair of medium. This is sin I divided by sin R. Sine of angle of incidence is divided by angle of refraction, that is constant. Sin I divided by sin R. That is the transference of incident ray. This is the incident ray I, and after that it will passes to down. That is R. That is for sin R. That is for angle of refraction. That is medium 1 and medium 2. This is the given of that. And the refractive index on n, number of that. The ratio of speed of light is given a pair of medium, that is n number of given, n it is given of that. Then n is equal to velocity of light in medium 1 and velocity of light in medium is 2. This is medium 1 and medium 2, that is v1 by v2. Velocity 1 divided by velocity 2, and number of, that is n21, number of 21, that is 2 by 1, that is ratio 2 and 1, that is 21, that is V1 divided by V2, and n number of 21s is equal to V2 by V1. Okay, V1 by V2 is equal to next n21 is equal to V2 by V1. After that, refractive index is compared V1 medium with respect to medium 2. Understood? Next point. Then absolute refractive index. Understood? So listen here. Refractive index of a medium with respect to vacuum or air. That is given in the absolute refractive index is, that is given of that. We are taking into that what it is. That is the refractive index of a medium with respect to vacuum or air. That is N is equal to C by V. That is C by V, where C is given 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second, and V is other medium. C value is given already, that is for generally, that is for 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second, and V is other medium. Next, refractive index of a diamond is the highest. Refractive index of diamond is highest, that is equal to, that is 2.42, of the diamond of the refractive index. Next, refractive index is related to, first, optically denser medium, that is for more. Denser means more medium, that is for more medium. And out of two medium, the medium is higher value of the refractive index. So out of two mediums, the medium higher value of the refractive index, that is for refractive index value is only the higher only. Okay, then optically rarer medium. Out of two given mediums, the medium is lower value of the refractive index, which is that out of two which is given, that is refractive index is a lower value of the medium. Understood? Here they given of that. This is the denser medium. This is will go and this will go. This is the rarer medium. Denser to rarer medium. And here of this you see in the normal ray. This is the M1 divided by M2. That is for rarer medium to denser medium. The both as given here all the figure. That is optically denser medium and optically rarer medium. Understood? Okay. Rarer means less and denser means more medium. Understood? Now I am going to explain, that is for spherical lens and convex lens. See here. So convex lens, it has a thick from the corners. Okay, corners are thick and thicker at center also having thicker in the spherical mirror, and converging, that is converging means close. It take all ray one side only. Just we are taking the fire also making in the hot sun. All the ray will convert in connecting to the one point. So you see this where heat is, the sun rays is falling. It will come under all ray. It will collect it to the one side only. This is the convex in the spherical mirror. Convex lens of the spherical mirror. Now I am going to explain, that is convex lens. Thick from the corners. Here also this is also thick. This is a thin corners. Thick as center. But these corners are thin. These corners are thick and center is thin. Convex mirror, thin corners. Convex mirror having thin corners and thick at center. But here concave mirror, thick from the corners and thin at center. Divergent, it take as a distance. All side it will spread the rays. Understood? Next, rules of image formed by the convex lens. A ray which is parallel to the principal axis. A ray which passes to the line where the glass, which is parallel to the principal axis, this point P, which is passes to the principal axis of a convex lens, always passes through the focus. When it passes through the ray which is parallel to the principal axis, you remember that ray will passes through the focus of on other side of the lens. Understood? Next one is, a ray of light passes through the focus. A ray of light which is passes through the focus and and emerge parallel to the principal axis. Reverse only. Here the rays passes through the principal axis and which is passes through the focus. And here first only they passes through the focus which is parallel to the principal axis. Similarly, the principal axis after refraction. Understood? After refraction. Now the last point. And the last point, a ray of light passing through the optical center. A ray which is passing through the optical center, that is the principal axis of the optical center, will passes without any divergent. Will passes directly straight, which is it will not deviation, any deviation or on the focus or maybe center of curvature and bend towards and bounce back. No, it would passes through directly straight to that on the principal axis from the center of curvature. That is the center of the optical. Understood? This chapter up to here I done all those things. So what it may be the remaining part is there means you have to read it in your textbook also, and what it may be I will give the notes. You have to complete that one and study in that only. Understood? This and all I have finished that one chapter. Okay. Thank you for watching.